Welcome to Planetarium Dreams, a quiet place for slow thoughts, gentle stories, and peaceful journeys through the universe. This channel is created for rest, for deep sleep, and for moments when the world feels a little too loud. Here, we explore the cosmos without urgency, without noise, and without the need to stay awake. If these journeys bring you comfort, you are warmly invited to become a member of the channel to help keep Planetarium Dreams growing and to unlock longer, uninterrupted voyages into space. But for now, there is nothing you need to do. Simply allow your breathing to slow, allow your body to settle, and let your thoughts drift. Tonight, let us float gently through the darkness of space to visit a quiet and ancient companion, the moon. For longer than life has existed, the moon has circled our world. It has seen oceans form from steam and stone. It has watched continents shift and collide. It has witnessed the slow unfolding of life, from the simplest forms to the complex web of beings that now inhabit Earth. Civilizations have risen and faded beneath its light, yet the moon has remained patient and unchanged. Long before humans looked up and wondered, the moon was already there. Imagine now that you are gently lifting away from Earth. There is no rush, no effort. Gravity loosens its hold as the surface below begins to soften and fade. The sounds of the world grow distant. The hum of cities dims into quiet points of light. Clouds drift past you slowly, their edges glowing faintly, and then disappear. Above you, the sky deepens into a vast darkness scattered with stars. They do not flicker or hurry. They shine steadily, ancient and calm. Space feels wide and open, yet not empty. It feels peaceful, as though everything has settled into its proper place. Ahead of you, the moon waits. Its surface is pale and gentle, marked by soft shadows and ancient patterns. From this distance, it appears calm and whole, a symbol of stillness in an ever-moving universe. But the moon's story did not begin in peace. Its origin was violent, written in fire and motion, in a time when the solar system was young and restless. Billions of years ago, Earth was not the blue and green world you know today. It was a glowing sphere of molten rock, its surface constantly reshaped by impacts and heat. The early solar system was crowded, filled with fragments and wandering worlds moving silently through space, guided only by gravity. Among these bodies was a planet-sized object, roughly the size of Mars. Scientists call it Theia. For a long time, Theia shared Earth's region of space, orbiting the Sun along a path not so different from our own planets. And then, in a single inevitable moment, their paths crossed. The collision between Earth and Theia was catastrophic. The impact released an unimaginable amount of energy. Entire layers of Earth's crust were torn away. Mountains melted. Oceans of rock boiled and vaporized. A vast cloud of debris, made from the remains of both worlds, was thrown into orbit around the wounded Earth. For a time, Earth was encircled by a glowing ring of molten stone and dust, swirling silently in space. It was a scene of destruction on a scale far beyond anything we can easily imagine. And yet, within that chaos, the process of creation had already begun. Slowly, gravity went to work. The fragments circling Earth began to draw together. Dust collided with dust. Stone found stone. Molten material cooled and hardened. Over time, the debris gathered into a single body, growing larger and more defined with each passing moment. From the remnants of Earth and Theia, the moon was born. At first, the newborn moon was much closer than it is today. It loomed large in Earth's sky, glowing red with heat, its surface still remembering the violence of its creation. Its gravity pulled strongly on the young Earth, stretching its surface and stirring immense tides across molten land. Days were much shorter then, lasting only a few hours, as Earth and Moon shaped one another through their shared gravity. Over millions of years, the Moon slowly drifted farther away, settling into a stable orbit. Earth's rotation slowed. The tides became gentler. A quiet balance emerged, one that would endure for billions of years to come. The scars of that ancient beginning remain visible on the Moon's surface. Every crater, every basin, is a memory of impacts long past. Unlike Earth, the Moon has no atmosphere to soften its features, no wind or water to erase its history. It remembers everything, holding its past openly in the light. And yet, despite its violent birth, the Moon became a symbol of calm. Its surface cooled, its motion stabilized. Over time, it transformed from a product of chaos into a steady presence in the sky, a quiet guardian of Earth's nights. As you drift beside the Moon now, its surface glows softly in shades of grey and silver. There is no sound here, no movement beyond the slow turning of worlds. The silence feels deep and comforting, not empty. Your thoughts begin to slow, one by one, as if gently settling into place. Your body feels lighter, your breathing grows steadier. The concerns you carried earlier no longer feel urgent. They can wait. The Moon does not rush, and it does not ask you to hurry either. It turns patiently, faithfully, as it always has. Tonight, it invites you to do the same, to slow, to soften, to rest. In the next part of our journey, we will explore the changing faces of the Moon, the gentle cycle of light and shadow that has guided humanity for thousands of years. But for now, there is nothing more you need to do. Simply drift, breathe, and allow the Moon to keep watch as you begin to fall asleep. Remain just as you are. Let your body continue to rest, supported and still, as though the world itself is holding you gently in place. Your breathing has already begun to slow, and with each quiet breath, you drift a little farther from the concerns of the day. There is no effort required. Rest is already happening. The Moon continues its silent journey beside you. It does not hurry, and it does not pause. It simply moves, steady and faithful, revealing different faces as it turns. From Earth, we see these changes night after night, and yet the Moon itself remains whole, unchanged, and complete. What appears to us as change is only a shift in light. As the Moon orbits Earth, sunlight falls across its surface at different angles. Sometimes the light touches only a thin edge. Sometimes it spreads across half the surface. And sometimes it illuminates the Moon completely, filling the night with a gentle glow. These phases have been observed for as long as humans have looked up, quietly marking the passage of time long before clocks existed. When the Moon is new, it disappears into the darkness of the sky. Its face is turned away from the sun, hidden from view. And yet, even then, it is present. Its gravity still pulls the oceans. Its influence remains unchanged. The new Moon reminds us that absence does not mean disappearance, and that what cannot be seen can still be felt. Soon after, a thin crescent appears. A delicate curve of light emerges from the darkness, fragile and quiet, as though the moon is slowly returning. Night after night, the crescent grows. The moon waxes, revealing more of its surface, allowing light to spread gradually across ancient stone. The first quarter arrives when half the moon is illuminated. Light and shadow exist in perfect balance, divided cleanly across its face. This moment has long symbolized harmony and transition, a reminder that growth often happens in stages, not all at once. As the moon continues its cycle, it becomes gibbous, nearly full. The light is strong now, but still incomplete. And then finally, the full moon rises. Bright and commanding, it reflects sunlight so fully that it transforms the night. Shadows sharpen. The world feels different under its glow, as though something ancient has awakened. For thousands of years, the full moon has stirred human imagination. People gathered beneath it to tell stories, to celebrate, to reflect. It guided travelers through darkness and marked important moments in time. Its presence felt powerful, not because it demanded attention, but because it quietly influenced the world below. And then, just as gently as it grew, the moon begins to release its light. The cycle reverses. The illuminated surface slowly shrinks. The moon wanes, returning toward darkness, not as a loss, but as a continuation. The rhythm remains unbroken. What was full becomes quiet again. What was bright turns inward. This cycle, repeating every month, became one of humanity's first clocks. Long before hours and minutes were named, the moon measured time through its changing face. Ancient calendars were built around it. Seasons were tracked by it. Lives were organized by its steady rhythm. The moon does not count seconds. It measures time in patience. As you drift beside it now, you may notice how unhurried everything feels. The moon does not rush through its phases. It does not skip ahead. Each stage is allowed to exist fully before giving way to the next. Nothing is forced. Nothing is delayed. Everything arrives exactly when it should. The moon is tidally locked to Earth, meaning it turns once for every orbit it makes. Because of this, it always shows the same face to our planet. The patterns you recognize, the dark plains and bright highlands, have watched Earth for billions of years. People have traced shapes across this familiar face, finding meaning and stories in the markings. Faces, animals, symbols, guardians. This near side feels known, comforting, almost personal. And yet, even this familiar face is shaped by shadow. The moon has no atmosphere to soften sunlight. There are no clouds to scatter light, no air to blur edges. When sunlight strikes the moon, it does so sharply. Where light ends, shadow begins, without transition. This boundary between day and night is called the terminator. It moves slowly across the lunar surface as the moon turns. Near this line, shadows stretch far across the ground. Craters deepen. Mountains reveal their height. The surface becomes more detailed, more textured, more alive. In this way, shadow gives the moon its character. Without shadow, the surface would appear flat and featureless. Without darkness, the light would lose its meaning. Together, they create depth and form. The moon quietly teaches us this balance, that light and shadow are not opposites in conflict, but partners in harmony. That rest is not the absence of motion, but a necessary part of rhythm. That brightness does not need to last forever to be meaningful. You may recognize this truth within yourself. There are moments when your mind feels clear and illuminated, when everything seems visible and understood. And there are moments when things grow quiet, when thoughts soften, when clarity fades into rest. Both are natural, both are necessary, tonight is not a night for brightness. It is a night for waning, for softening, for allowing awareness to dim gently, like moonlight retreating from the sky. As your breathing continues to slow, imagine moonlight resting lightly over you, not shining directly, not exposing, but covering gently, like a thin veil. The edges of thought blur, the sharpness of the day fades, the world grows quieter. The moon continues its slow rotation, carrying light forward and then releasing it again. It trusts the cycle completely. It does not cling to brightness. It does not resist darkness. It allows both, knowing that each will return in time. You can allow this too. There is nothing you need to hold on to, nothing you need to finish. Sleep does not require effort. It arrives when the mind is given permission to soften. As the moon drifts onward, its familiar face turning away from the sun, darkness deepens not as a threat, but as an invitation, a space where rest becomes possible, a space where dreams will soon begin to form. Remain where you are, allowing your body to stay heavy and relaxed. Your breathing moves easily now without effort, rising and falling in a steady rhythm. The moon continues its quiet journey beside you, and with it comes a pull that reaches far beyond the surface of stone and dust. That pull reaches Earth. Long before the first clock was built, before time was measured in hours and minutes, the moon was already shaping the rhythm of the planet, not with sound or light, but with gravity. A gentle force, invisible and constant, stretching across space to touch the oceans below. Stand at the edge of the sea late at night. The air is cool and still. The surface of the water glows faintly under moonlight. Waves roll in slowly, meeting the shore, then retreat again, leaving patterns that vanish as quickly as they appear. This motion feels natural, almost breathing in its steadiness, and yet it is guided by something far above. The moon's gravity pulls at Earth's water, lifting the ocean slightly toward it. On the side of Earth facing the moon, the water rises. On the opposite side, another rise forms as the planet moves beneath the pull. Between these rises, the water lowers, creating the ebb and flow we call the tides. This cycle repeats day after day, night after night, a quiet conversation between Earth and moon that has never stopped. Even the solid ground beneath your feet responds. The land itself flexes slightly, rising and falling by small amounts under the moon's influence. Nothing breaks, nothing resists. The planet simply moves as it always has, guided by forces older than life itself. For early humans, this rhythm became a guide. Coastal communities learned when the sea would retreat and when it would return. Fishermen learned when the waters would be calm. Farmers watched the moon to decide when to plant and harvest. The moon became a living calendar, its changing face mirrored in the movement of the sea. Time, in those days, was not something chased. It was observed. It flowed. As you drift now, you may notice how similar this rhythm feels to your own breath. Each inhale is a gentle rise. Each exhale is a release. There is no need to rush from one to the other. The body knows how to breathe just as the ocean knows how to move. The moon teaches us that time does not need to be forced forward. It moves whether we push it or not. Days pass, nights return, seasons change, the tides continue. Nothing needs to be hurried for this to happen. Over millions of years, the moon has slowly changed Earth itself. Its gravitational pull has gradually slowed the planet's rotation, lengthening our days by tiny fractions of a second. Time stretches almost imperceptibly, reminding us that even the most familiar rhythms are not fixed, but evolving. This slow change is not loss. It is balance. It is adjustment. It is the universe breathing. Tonight, you are invited to match that pace, to let your thoughts rise and fall like waves without clinging to them. Worries that came with you today can drift out with the tide. They do not need answers now. They can return another time when the mind is rested. Picture yourself floating above a vast dark ocean. The moon hangs low in the sky, round and luminous. Below you, the water moves slowly, obedient to its pull. Watching it, you feel calm, reassured. There is comfort in knowing that something so vast moves with such gentleness. Your own inner tides begin to settle. The sharp edges of thought soften. The tension in your body loosens. The mind no longer searches. It simply observes, then gradually lets go. The moon continues its orbit, faithful and unchanged, pulling the oceans and releasing them again. A promise kept for billions of years, and you, part of this same system, are free to rest within it. As the rhythm of the tides fades into the background, the moon turns once more, and with it comes a quiet interplay of light and shadow. The moon does not shine on its own. It reflects the sun's light, transforming something powerful and distant into a soft glow that belongs to the night. Sunlight reaches the moon unfiltered. There is no atmosphere to scatter it, no clouds to soften its arrival. When light touches the lunar surface, it does so clearly and directly, illuminating ancient stone that has waited billions of years to be seen. Where the light falls, the surface glows. Where it does not, darkness remains absolute. On the moon, the boundary between light and shadow is sharp and unmistakable. This moving line, known as the terminator, slowly crosses the surface as the moon turns, revealing new details while hiding others. Near this boundary, shadows stretch across the ground, craters deepen, mountains rise more clearly against the horizon. The moon's surface becomes textured and alive, not because of color, but because of contrast. Shadow gives the landscape depth. Without it, the surface would appear flat and distant. From Earth, moonlight feels gentle. It spills across rooftops, glides over water, and rests on quiet fields. It does not demand attention. It does not overwhelm. It simply exists, softening the world and slowing it down. For centuries, moonlight has guided travelers and comforted the sleepless. It has marked safe paths through darkness and watched over those who rested beneath the open sky. Its presence reassures rather than commands. The moon shows us that light does not need to be constant to be meaningful. Brightness comes and goes. Shadow follows. Neither is permanent, and neither is wrong. Within you, the same balance exists. There are moments of clarity and activity, and moments of quiet and retreat. There are times when everything feels illuminated, and times when understanding fades into rest. Both are necessary. Both belong. Tonight is not a night for clarity. It is a night for soft edges, for allowing the shadows to deepen without fear. Rest is not the absence of light, but the space where renewal begins. Imagine moonlight resting gently over you now, not shining directly, but covering you lightly, like a veil. Thoughts lose their sharpness. The day releases its hold. Awareness begins to drift inward. The moon does not resist the night. It allows darkness to exist beside light, trusting the cycle completely. You can trust it too. Nothing needs to be resolved. Nothing needs to be understood. As the moon continues its slow rotation, it carries light forward and then releases it again. A perfect rhythm, unbroken and calm. And as your awareness dims, sleep draws closer, not suddenly, but naturally. In the next part, we will remember the moment when human footsteps pressed gently into lunar dust, and the moon felt the presence of life for the first time. For now, remain wrapped in light and shadow, balanced and safe, drifting closer to rest. For billions of years, the moon remained untouched. It watched Earth from afar, observing oceans rise and fall, forests spread, and civilizations grow beneath its steady glow. But no living being had ever walked upon its surface. The moon knew only silence and stone. Then, one quiet moment in time, that silence shifted. In the summer of 1969, a small spacecraft crossed the vast distance between Earth and Moon. Fragile and precise, it carried human lives through the darkness, guided by calculation, courage, and an enduring desire to explore. When the lunar module descended, its engines disturbed the surface, lifting pale grey dust into the airless void. The dust rose slowly, then settled again, untouched by wind, returning gently to stillness. A ladder lowered toward the surface. A human figure emerged, moving carefully, deliberately, as though not to disturb the ancient ground. Neil Armstrong stepped down, and his boot pressed into the dust. That footprint remains. No wind has erased it. No rain has softened its edges. It is preserved exactly as it was left, a quiet mark of curiosity rather than conquest. Others followed. 12 humans in total walked upon the moon. They moved slowly in the low gravity, their motions almost dreamlike. They collected rocks older than Earth's oceans, placed instruments, and explored a world that had waited patiently for their arrival. Often they paused and looked back at Earth. From that distance, borders disappeared, conflicts faded. Only a small living world remained suspended in darkness. Many astronauts later said that view changed them forever. When they left, they departed gently. The moon returned to silence, but the marks remain. Footprints, rover tracks, tools resting where they were placed, memories held in dust. The moon keeps those memories without judgment. It does not rush to erase them. It holds them quietly, as it holds everything else. Tonight, imagine standing there yourself. The surface beneath you yields softly. Your steps are light. The stars above do not twinkle. They shine steadily, unchanged. You feel no pressure here, no urgency, only presence. The moon teaches us that moments matter, even when they are quiet, that gentle actions endure, that small steps can last for millions of years. As you drift deeper into rest, let your thoughts settle like lunar dust. Press softly into stillness, unrushed, unforced, held. The moon has always shown us the same face. Night after night, year after year, the familiar patterns return to the sky. Dark plains and bright highlands form a surface that feels known, almost personal. But there is another side to the moon, one that never turns toward Earth. This is not because it hides or because it remains in darkness. It is because the moon moves in perfect balance. It rotates once on its axis for every orbit it makes around Earth, a rhythm so precise that one hemisphere is always revealed, while the other remains turned away. For centuries, this unseen half was a place of imagination. People wondered what might exist there. Some believed it must be darker, colder, more dangerous. Others imagined hidden oceans or unfamiliar landscapes. The far side became a symbol of mystery, simply because it was beyond view. When spacecraft finally traveled around the moon and captured images of this hidden hemisphere, the reality was quieter, yet no less profound. The far side was not strange or alien. It was simply different, more rugged, more heavily cratered, marked by ancient impacts that shaped its surface long before humans ever looked up. Unlike the near side, which holds vast dark plains formed by ancient lava flows, the far side is dominated by highlands. Its surface tells a story of deep time, preserved without interruption. No wind reshaped it. No water softened its features. It remains almost exactly as it was billions of years ago. Standing above the far side, Earth disappears from view. There is no blue glow in the sky, no familiar home hanging above the horizon. Only stars, sharp and unmoving, stretch endlessly in every direction. The silence feels deeper here, not because anything is missing, but because nothing interrupts it. There is a quiet lesson in this hidden face. Just as the moon shows only one side to Earth, so too do people reveal only part of themselves to the world. There are thoughts kept private, memories held gently inside, feelings never spoken aloud. These unseen parts are not flaws. They are simply part of being whole. The far side of the moon is not incomplete because it is unseen. It exists fully, whether observed or not, and so do you. Tonight, you do not need to show every thought, explain every feeling, or resolve every question. Some things can remain turned inward, resting quietly until they are ready to return to the light. As you drift above the far side now, the moon continues its orbit, steady and patient. It does not rush to reveal its secrets. It trusts time, and you can trust it too. Time on Earth feels familiar. Days pass with sunrise and sunset, measured by clocks and calendars. Hours are counted, minutes divided. Life moves forward in steady increments that shape routines and expectations. But on the moon, time unfolds differently. A single day on the moon lasts nearly an entire Earth month. From one sunrise to the next, almost 4 weeks pass. 14 Earth days of light, 14 Earth days of darkness. Time stretches, slow and unbroken, without urgency or interruption. Imagine standing on the lunar surface as the sun rises. It does not leap above the horizon. It creeps upward almost imperceptibly, casting long shadows that move only slightly from hour to hour. The light changes slowly, revealing details one by one, as though the landscape itself is waking from a deep sleep. When night finally arrives, it does not hurry either. Darkness settles gently and then remains. The stars shine steadily, brighter than they ever appear from Earth, untouched by atmosphere or weather. The cold deepens. Stillness becomes complete. On the moon, there is no rush to mark passing hours. No ticking clocks, no reminders. Time is experienced, not counted. For astronauts, this rhythm is both unfamiliar and profound. Without the familiar cycle of day and night, the body must learn a new pace. Rest comes not because night falls quickly, but because the mind allows it. The moon teaches us that time does not need to be compressed to be meaningful. Length does not diminish importance. Slowness is not a failure. It is a different way of being. Here on Earth, you are surrounded by schedules. Moments are measured and divided, often before they can be fully felt. But tonight, you are invited into lunar time, a slower rhythm, a gentler unfolding. As you lie here now, breathing evenly, your sense of time begins to soften. Minutes lose their edges. Thoughts no longer need to move forward. they can drift, stretch, and dissolve. Nothing is waiting for you in the next moment. Nothing is required of you in the next hour. This is time without demand. The moon continues its orbit, faithful and unchanging. Its long days and nights pass without concern. It does not count how long it rests in darkness, and it does not hurry toward light. It trusts the cycle completely. You can trust it too. Your body knows how to rest when given permission. Your mind knows how to quiet when it no longer needs to plan. Lunar time invites you into that permission. Stay here a little longer. Let time stretch. Let awareness fade gently. The moon is still with you, guiding the rhythm, holding the pace, allowing sleep to approach naturally. Since the beginning of human memory, the moon has been linked to dreams. Long before science named its craters or measured its orbit, people sensed that something about its presence stirred the inner world. Under moonlight, thoughts softened, imagination wandered, and sleep fell deeper, heavier, more vivid. The moon does not speak, yet it has always been a companion to the dreaming mind. It watches quietly as the world sleeps, its light touching windows, rooftops, forests, and oceans alike. It makes no distinction between who is awake and who is dreaming. It simply shines. Dreams arrive in much the same way. They do not announce themselves. They slip gently into awareness as the mind releases control. Edges blur, logic loosens, images form without effort, just as moonlight turns familiar landscapes into something softer and unfamiliar. Dreams transform thoughts into stories that feel both strange and deeply personal. Across cultures, the moon became a bridge between waking life and the inner world. Some believed it governed dreams directly, guiding them like tides. Others saw it as a keeper of visions, a silent observer of the soul's nighttime journey. Even today, many people feel their dreams grow stronger beneath a full moon, as though the light itself invites the mind to wander farther. Perhaps this connection exists because the moon feels both near and distant at once. It is close enough to feel familiar, yet far enough to remain mysterious. Dreams share this same quality. They belong to us, yet often feel beyond our control, shaped by memory, emotion, and imagination working quietly together. As you lie here now, your mind begins to enter that gentle space between wakefulness and sleep. Thoughts slow, awareness softens. The moon's presence, whether you see it or not, feels steady and reassuring. There is no demand placed on you here. No need to understand what comes next. Imagine yourself drifting through a quiet landscape under moonlight. The ground is familiar, yet transformed. Colors are muted, sounds are distant. Everything feels slightly unreal, but not unsettling. This is the terrain of dreams, where logic rests and imagination takes its place. Dreams do not follow straight paths. They wander. They revisit old places. They blend past and present into something new. The moon has witnessed these journeys for countless generations, watching as minds across the world slip into their inner worlds beneath its glow. The moon does not judge the content of dreams. It does not separate pleasant from unsettling, joyful from strange. It simply holds the night steady, while the mind explores what it needs to explore. Dreams are not instructions. They are expressions, reflections of what the waking mind has gathered and stored. Tonight, your dreams do not need to be vivid or memorable. They do not need to teach or reveal. It is enough that they exist. It is enough that your mind is allowed to wander without purpose. As sleep deepens, the boundary between thought and dream fades. The moon continues its orbit above, unchanged by what unfolds below. Its light has touched countless dreamers before you, and it will touch countless more. You are part of a long, quiet tradition of rest beneath the same sky. Allow your dreams to come naturally. Do not chase them. Do not resist them. Like moonlight, they arrive when the mind is ready to receive them. And as they unfold, the moon remains patient and calm, watching over the quiet movement of sleep. For all its distance, the moon has always felt like a guardian. It does not intervene. It does not act. It simply remains. Night after night, it holds its position in the sky, a constant presence in a changing world. From Earth, the moon feels watchful, not because it moves toward us, but because it never leaves. Storms pass beneath it. Seasons change. Civilizations rise and fall. Through all of it, the moon remains, quietly circling, unaffected by the small urgencies of daily life. This steadiness is comforting. In a world where so much changes, the moon offers continuity. It rises when expected. It follows the same path across the sky. Even when clouds obscure it, we know it is there just beyond view, unchanged. The moon guards the night not by action, but by presence. Its light softens darkness, making the unknown feel less threatening. It reveals shapes without exposing details, allowing the world to rest without fear. Under moonlight, the sharp edges of reality blur into something gentler. For those who travel at night, the moon has always been a guide. For those who lie awake, it has been a companion. For those who sleep, it has been a quiet sentinel, marking time while the body rests. The moon guards Earth in other ways as well. Its gravity stabilizes the planet's tilt, keeping seasons predictable and climate relatively steady. Without the moon, Earth would wobble, its environment far more chaotic. In this way, the moon's presence supports life without ever being noticed. A guardian does not need to announce itself. Its value lies in consistency, not attention. The moon embodies this truth perfectly. It does not demand admiration. It simply fulfills its role silently and reliably. As you rest now, you may feel the comfort of that presence. Knowing that something steady exists beyond the noise of thought allows the mind to release its vigilance. You do not need to stay alert. You do not need to watch the night yourself. The moon is already doing that. Imagine the moon high above, its surface calm and unchanged. Below it, the earth turns slowly, carrying you through the darkness toward morning. You are safe within this larger motion, held by forces that require nothing from you. Guardianship does not mean control. It means allowing things to unfold while remaining present. The moon allows the night to exist fully, without interruption. It trusts the cycle of light and darkness completely. You can trust it too. There's nothing you need to monitor, nothing you need to prepare for. The moon will continue its watch whether you are awake or asleep. You are free to rest, knowing that the night is held gently in place. As awareness fades further, the sense of being watched does not feel intrusive. It feels protective, reassuring, like a distant light left on, not to disturb, but to comfort. The moon remains. You rest. The night continues. All journeys eventually quiet. Motion gives way to rest. Even the moon, in its endless orbit, carries stillness within its movement. This final phase is not an ending, but a settling, a deepening of calm where nothing more needs to happen. Stillness is not the absence of motion. It is the absence of urgency. The moon continues to turn, but without haste. It follows its path without resistance. In this way, it teaches us that rest does not require stopping entirely. It requires releasing the need to push forward. Tonight, stillness arrives gradually. It does not demand attention. It does not interrupt. It simply spreads gently and evenly through body and mind. Your breathing has slowed. Your thoughts have grown quieter. Sensations soften at the edges. Awareness turns inward, no longer searching outward for stimulation or meaning. The moon has moved through all its phases: light and shadow, growth and release, motion and rest. Each phase was necessary, each had its place. And now, everything settles into balance. Stillness is where integration happens, where the mind processes without effort, where the body restores without instruction. Sleep is not something you do. It is something that happens when conditions are right. The moon understands this deeply. It does not force its phases. It does not hurry toward fullness or resist darkness. It allows each moment to exist fully before moving on. As you lie here now, you are invited into that same allowance. Nothing more needs to be achieved. Nothing more needs to be understood. The night does not require your attention. Imagine the moon hanging quietly in the sky, unchanged, unbothered by time. Beneath it, the earth turns. Beneath that, you rest. The layers of motion continue, but at your level, everything is calm. Sleep approaches not as an event, but as a state, a soft descent into stillness where awareness fades naturally. Thoughts become distant. The body feels heavy and supported. There is no moment you need to witness, no threshold to cross deliberately. Sleep will arrive on its own, just as it always does. The moon will continue its orbit whether you notice or not. It will keep time. It will guide tides. It will remain. And you, held within this larger rhythm, are free to let go completely. Nothing is expected of you now. Rest. The moon is shaped as much by shadow as it is by light. Its surface, ancient and unchanged, reveals its true character only when darkness is allowed to exist beside brightness. Without shadow, the moon would appear smooth and distant, its details flattened into uniform grey. It is the darkness that gives the surface depth, texture, and meaning. From Earth, we often think of shadow as something to be avoided. Darkness feels uncertain, incomplete. But on the moon, shadow is not something negative. It is a natural state, a necessary counterpart to illumination. The moon accepts shadow fully, allowing it to stretch across craters and valleys without resistance. Some shadows on the moon are brief. They move slowly as the sun rises and sets, changing shape across the landscape. Others are permanent. Near the lunar poles, deep craters exist, where sunlight never reaches. These regions have remained in darkness for billions of years, untouched by warmth, holding secrets preserved in cold stillness. Within these shadows, time seems almost suspended. Temperatures remain constant. Movement is rare. And yet, these dark places are not empty. They hold ancient ice, frozen water preserved from the early solar system. Even in shadow, something vital remains. There is a quiet lesson here. Darkness does not mean absence. It does not mean nothing is happening. Often, it is where preservation occurs, where rest allows things to endure. As you lie here now, the shadows within your own mind begin to feel less threatening. Thoughts that once felt heavy soften. Uncertainty no longer demands resolution. The moon reminds you that not everything needs to be illuminated to be safe. Shadows allow the mind to rest. They give shape to experience. Without them, awareness would be overwhelmed by constant brightness, constant attention. The moon carries its shadows without struggle. It does not try to erase them. It does not rush them away. It allows them to exist as part of the whole. Tonight, you are allowed to do the same. Let the darker spaces within you remain quiet. Let them rest. There is no need to explore them now. They are not problems to solve, only spaces to hold. The moon continues its orbit, carrying both light and shadow together, balanced and steady. And as you drift deeper into rest, the shadows around your thoughts deepen gently, creating the perfect conditions for sleep. The moon does not only shape oceans and shorelines. Its influence reaches into the space between people, into the quiet emotional tides that rise and fall within us all. Just as water responds to gravity, so too do feelings respond to rhythm. Throughout history, people sensed this connection instinctively. They spoke of moods shifting with the moon, of nights when emotions felt closer to the surface, when reflection came more easily. Science explains the moon's physical influence clearly, but the emotional connection remains subtle, woven into experience rather than measurement. The moon's pull is constant, not dramatic. It does not create waves instantly. It shapes them gradually, patiently. This is how inner tides work as well. Feelings do not appear without reason. They rise from accumulation, from motion over time. Tonight, as you rest, you may notice emotions drifting gently through awareness. Memories surface briefly, then fade. Sensations arise, then soften. There is no need to analyze them. Like tides, they move naturally when allowed. Connection itself follows a lunar rhythm. People draw closer, then drift apart. Attention flows outward, then returns inward. Solitude and togetherness alternate, each necessary in its own way. The moon teaches us that distance does not break connection. Even as it drifts slowly away from Earth over millions of years, its influence remains strong. Separation does not mean loss. Space can exist alongside bond. As you lie here now, you are connected to countless others beneath the same moon. Different places, different lives, the same quiet presence above. This shared rhythm creates a sense of belonging without effort. You do not need to reach outward tonight. Connection exists whether you act on it or not. The moon holds space for everyone equally, without preference or demand. Let your emotional tide settle. There is nothing you need to feel right now. Calm is enough. Neutral is enough. Rest does not require intensity. The moon continues its patient pull, shaping oceans and inner worlds alike. And within that rhythm, you are free to release everything that no longer needs your attention. The moon is quiet, but it is not empty. Its surface carries echoes, not of sound, but of history. Every mark etched into its stone is a record of something that happened long ago, preserved without distortion or decay. Where Earth erases its past through wind and water, the moon keeps everything. Meteorites have struck the moon for billions of years. Some were small, no larger than pebbles, leaving tiny marks barely visible. Others were immense, colliding with such force that they reshaped entire regions. Each impact sent shockwaves through lunar rock, vibrations that once rang through the surface before fading into silence. Those vibrations are long gone, but their effects remain. Craters overlap, rims rise and fall, basins stretch across hundreds of kilometers. The moon's surface is not random. It is layered, like memory itself, where older events lie beneath newer ones, all still present. Standing on the moon, there is no sound to accompany these echoes. No wind passes through craters. No air carries vibration. Silence dominates completely. And yet, the surface feels alive with history, as though every stone holds the imprint of ancient motion. The Apollo astronauts noticed this immediately. They spoke of a silence unlike any they had known, not peaceful in a familiar way, but absolute. Even their own movements felt distant, insulated by their suits, disconnected from the surface beneath them. And still, the moon recorded their presence. Footprints, rover tracks, instruments placed carefully on the ground. These too became echoes, not audible, but permanent. They joined billions of years of markings, layered gently into the lunar record. The moon does not distinguish between natural events and human moments. It preserves all of them equally. Time does not erase importance here. Everything that happens leaves a trace. There is something comforting in that permanence. On Earth, moments pass quickly. Words fade, actions disappear. But on the moon, nothing rushes away. Everything is allowed to remain. As you rest now, you may feel your own memories drifting through awareness. Not sharply, not urgently, just gently appearing, then receding. The moon reminds you that memories do not need to be held tightly to be meaningful. They exist whether you revisit them or not. The surface of the moon holds echoes not because it clings to the past, but because it doesn't resist it. It accepts each event as part of the whole. Tonight, you are not required to process your own echoes. They can remain where they are, settled quietly beneath the surface of thought. Rest does not require reflection. It requires release. The moon continues its orbit, carrying its echoes with it, unchanged and unburdened. And as sleep deepens, your own inner noise fades, leaving only quiet presence behind. Moonlight has touched every era of human history. Long before artificial light filled the night, the moon was the brightest presence after sunset, shaping how people experienced darkness itself. Under its glow, the night became navigable, familiar, and less unknown. Ancient paths were lit by moonlight. Campfires burned beneath it. Stories were told while its light shifted slowly across the ground. The moon marked the passage of time not only through its phases, but through its presence, returning again and again with quiet reliability. Generations lived and died beneath the same moon. Empires rose and fell, languages changed, technologies advanced. Yet the moon's light remained constant, touching every moment equally. Moonlight does not discriminate. It does not favor one place or another. It falls on forests and cities, deserts and oceans alike. It connects distant places through shared illumination, creating a sense of continuity across space and time. For those who lived before electricity, moonlight shaped sleep itself. Nights were darker, quieter. Rest came more naturally when the world dimmed completely. The moon offered just enough light to comfort, without preventing sleep. Even now, despite modern brightness, moonlight retains its calming effect. It softens the landscape, reduces contrast, and gently slows perception. Under moonlight, the world feels less demanding. As you lie here now, the moon's light may not be visible where you are, but its presence is unchanged. It continues to circle Earth, just as it has for billions of years, touching the night with the same steady glow. Time feels different under moonlight. Moments stretch. awareness shifts inward. The mind becomes less focused on detail and more open to sensation. This is why moonlight has always been linked to reflection. Not intense thought, but gentle awareness. A sense of being part of something larger, something ongoing. The moon has watched countless people drift into sleep. It has seen worries dissolve into dreams, plans fade into rest. It has held the night steady while minds surrendered to stillness. Tonight, you are part of that long history. One more moment beneath the same moon, joining countless others who rested before you. Moonlight continues its quiet work, unchanging and patient. And as sleep deepens, time loosens its grip, allowing rest to take over fully. The moon's craters are its most visible features. Circles within circles, layered across the surface, each one marking a moment of impact frozen in time. These craters are not wounds, they are memories. Each crater tells a story of motion and contact, a traveling object, a sudden meeting, a transformation that left a permanent trace. On Earth, such marks would fade. On the moon, they remain exactly where they were formed. Some craters are vast, stretching across hundreds of kilometers. Others are small, barely noticeable. Together, they form a record of time unmatched anywhere else in the solar system. The moon does not hide its past. It carries it openly, allowing every memory to remain visible. There is no erosion here, no forgetting, only presence. And yet, the moon is not burdened by its memories. They do not weigh it down. They simply exist as part of the whole. There is a lesson in this. Memory does not need to be painful. It does not need to demand attention. It can exist quietly without interfering with rest. As you lie here now, memories may surface briefly, then settle again. They do not need to be examined. They do not need meaning assigned. Like lunar craters, they can remain without being revisited. The moon shows us that remembering does not require reliving. It requires acceptance. Sleep is not about erasing the past. It is about allowing the mind to rest from engaging with it. Tonight, memories are allowed to stay where they are. The moon continues its orbit, carrying its craters gently through space. And you, carried by the same gravity, are free to let go completely. Rest deepens. Awareness fades. Stillness settles fully. There are moments in exploration that quietly change how humanity sees itself. Not because of grand movement or dramatic sound, but because of a simple shift in perspective. One of those moments happened far from Earth, on the surface of the moon. From Earth, the moon rises and sets each night. It appears to move across the sky, familiar and predictable. But from the moon, the Earth does something different. It does not rise and fall, it hangs. Suspended in the blackness of space, the Earth appears as a glowing sphere, slowly turning, fragile and alive. Clouds swirl across blue oceans. Continents drift in and out of sunlight. From this distance, borders vanish. Cities disappear. Only one world remains. When astronauts first saw Earth from lunar orbit, many were overwhelmed by the sight. They had traveled farther from home than any human before them. Yet in that distance, Earth felt more precious than ever, small, delicate, finite. This view became known as Earthrise. It was not planned as a symbolic moment. It simply happened when the spacecraft rounded the moon and the Earth appeared above the horizon. And yet, That image changed how people thought about their place in the universe. For the first time, humanity saw itself from the outside. The moon had always watched Earth quietly, but now humans were able to share its perspective. From here, Earth is not the center of everything. It is one world among many, floating in a vast, silent expanse. This realization did not diminish Earth's importance. It magnified it. From the moon, Earth is the only place that glows with life, the only world where water flows freely, the only place known to hold forests, oceans, and breath. Against the darkness of space, its colors feel vivid and rare. The moon itself remains unchanged beneath this view, gray, still, silent. It does not compete for attention. It simply offers perspective. As you rest now, imagine that view for yourself. Picture Earth hanging in the sky, slowly rotating, calm and complete. Everything you have known exists there. Every memory, every voice, every story. And yet, from this distance, nothing feels urgent. Nothing demands immediate attention. The problems of the day shrink, not because they disappear, but because they are seen within a larger context. The moon teaches us that distance can bring clarity, that stepping back does not mean detachment, it means understanding. Tonight, you are allowed that distance. You are allowed to step back from your own thoughts and see them as part of something larger, something ongoing. The Earth continues to turn. The moon continues its orbit, and you are free to rest, knowing that everything moves forward without your effort. For much of human history, the moon was believed to be completely dry, a place of dust and stone, untouched by water, lifeless and barren. Telescopes revealed no rivers, no clouds, no oceans. The moon seemed frozen in emptiness. But the moon, as it often does, held its secrets quietly. Near its poles, deep craters lie where sunlight never reaches. Their walls block the sun completely, casting permanent shadows that have remained unchanged for billions of years. These regions are among the coldest places in the solar system, preserving whatever enters them with remarkable care. Within these shadows, scientists discovered something unexpected. Ice. Frozen water, locked into the lunar soil, hidden from view and untouched by warmth. Some of this ice may be ancient, delivered by comets long ago. Some may have formed through interactions between solar particles and lunar rock. However it arrived, it remained. Water changes everything. Not because it creates life on the moon, but because it reveals possibility. Ice can be melted into water. Water can be separated into oxygen and hydrogen. Oxygen can be breathed. Hydrogen can be used as fuel. The moon, once thought to be only a destination, becomes a gateway. But beyond its practical value, lunar ice carries a deeper meaning. It reminds us that even the most silent, seemingly empty places can hold something essential. That absence is often only a lack of discovery. The moon does not display its water openly. It keeps it hidden, protected in darkness, preserved by stillness. This quiet patience mirrors the way resilience often exists within us, unnoticed until it is needed. As you lie here now, you may sense that same quiet reserve within yourself, strength that does not announce itself, calm that does not require attention. Like lunar ice, it remains present whether or not you are aware of it. The moon does not rush to reveal its secrets. It allows discovery to come in time. And tonight, you are not asked to uncover anything within yourself. You are only asked to rest. Stillness preserves, darkness protects. and sleep restores. The moon continues its watch, holding water in shadow and silence, while you drift gently deeper into rest. The moon appears still. From a distance, it seems frozen in time, unchanged and unmoving. There are no drifting clouds, no flowing rivers, no rustling winds. Silence dominates its surface completely. And yet, beneath that silence, the moon is not entirely motionless. Deep within its ancient body, the moon trembles. These movements are subtle, far gentler than the earthquakes experienced on Earth. They do not tear the surface apart or reshape the landscape dramatically. Instead, they move quietly through stone, echoing slowly through the moon's interior. Scientists call them moonquakes. When astronauts placed seismometers on the lunar surface during the Apollo missions, they expected little activity. Earth's quakes are driven by shifting tectonic plates, molten interiors, and flowing water. The moon has none of these. And yet, the instruments detected vibrations, faint but persistent. Some moonquakes are caused by the moon's slow cooling. Over billions of years, the moon has been losing heat, contracting slightly as it does. This contraction creates gentle stresses in the crust, releasing energy in small tremors. It is the soundless sigh of a world settling into itself. Other moonquakes are caused by gravity. As the moon orbits Earth, it is stretched and pulled by our planet's mass. This tidal force creates internal stress, leading to periodic tremors. Even at this distance, Earth and Moon continue their physical dialogue, shaping one another through invisible connection. There are also quakes caused by temperature. Lunar days are long and intense, followed by equally long nights of extreme cold. As the surface heats and cools, it expands and contracts, creating tiny fractures that release energy slowly over time. Unlike earthquakes on Earth, moonquakes can last much longer. Vibrations travel through the moon's dry, rigid interior without being dampened by water or atmosphere. A small tremor may continue for minutes, even hours, gradually fading into stillness. These moonquakes remind us that stillness does not mean inactivity. Silence does not mean absence of movement. Even the calmest places carry subtle change within them. As you rest now, your own body mirrors this truth. Though you lie still, processes continue quietly. Breath moves in and out. The heart maintains its rhythm. Muscles release tension slowly without instruction. Rest is not stopping. It is gentle regulation. The moon does not resist its quakes. It does not attempt to still itself completely. It allows movement to pass through and then fade. In this way, it remains stable not because it is rigid, but because it is resilient. You too do not need to eliminate all motion within your mind to rest. Thoughts may still pass. Sensations may still arise. This does not prevent sleep. Like moonquakes, these movements can occur quietly beneath the surface without disturbing the whole. The moon continues its orbit, carrying its tremors and stillness together in balance. And as awareness fades, even those subtle movements dissolve into deeper calm. After the Apollo missions ended, the moon grew quiet once more. Human footprints remained pressed into its dust, but no new voices disturbed the silence. Decades passed. Technology advanced. Attention turned elsewhere. And still, the moon waited. Now, a new chapter begins. The Artemis missions represent humanity's return to the moon, not as a brief visit, but as a renewed relationship. Named after the twin sister of Apollo in ancient mythology, Artemis symbolizes continuity, balance, and a broader vision of exploration. This time, the goal is not only to land, but to remain longer, to learn more deeply, and to prepare for journeys beyond. The moon becomes not an endpoint, but a stepping stone, a place where humanity can practice living beyond Earth. Future astronauts will return to the lunar surface with new tools, new knowledge, and new intentions. They will explore regions never visited before, including the lunar South Pole, where ice rests in permanent shadow. They will build habitats, test systems, and learn how to survive and thrive in deep space. Unlike the brief missions of the past, Artemis is designed for patience, for repetition, for sustainability. It reflects a more measured approach to exploration, one that values understanding over urgency. The moon will welcome this return without reaction. It does not celebrate. It does not resist. It simply remains, offering its surface, its silence, and its lessons. Through Artemis, humanity continues a conversation begun long ago. A conversation about curiosity, courage, and perspective. About stepping away from home in order to understand it better. As you rest now, you are not asked to follow these journeys actively. You are only invited to feel their meaning. The moon reminds us that exploration is not always about distance. Sometimes it is about seeing familiar things in new ways. The return to the moon is also a return to patience, to slow progress, to deliberate steps, to learning how to exist quietly in unfamiliar places. The moon teaches this well. And tonight, you are allowed the same patience. You do not need to move forward quickly. You do not need to plan what comes next. Rest is enough. Every journey ends not with motion, but with stillness. After movement comes rest. After exploration comes integration. And so, this journey gently settles into quiet. The moon continues its orbit, unchanged by our attention. It does not know beginnings or endings as we do. It simply moves, steady and faithful, carrying time without effort. You have drifted across its surface, explored its shadows, felt its gravity, and shared its silence. Now, there is nothing left to discover, nothing left to explain. The moon does not require understanding to be present. It exists whether observed or not. As sleep deepens, awareness fades naturally. Thoughts no longer need structure. Sensations soften. The boundary between waking and dreaming dissolves without announcement. The moon remains. It watches without watching. It guards without effort. It keeps time without counting. You are safe within this rhythm, held by forces older than memory, supported by a universe that continues its motion, whether you are awake or asleep. There is nothing you need to carry forward from this journey, nothing to remember, nothing to hold on to. Rest does not require meaning. It requires release. The moon drifts on, and you drift with it. Sleep now.